now we'll talk about glove rules. So there's two different things. There's contaminated and dirty supplies, and then there's also clean supplies. So contaminated and dirty supplies would be anything in the kennel, including the kittens. It also includes anything that their saliva, their feces, their pee has touched. Really, anything at all in the kennel is considered contaminated. So if you're touching contaminated supplies, which is anything in the kennel, including the kittens, you have to be wearing gloves. Gloves must be switched between the kennels. Do not reuse gloves. So for each kennel, they are considered contaminated with their own germs, and you can only use gloves with that kennel. Now, everything else is considered clean in the nursery. So shared supplies, food, disinfectants, litter boxes, anything outside of the kennels should be clean at all times. So what that means is that when you're in the kennel with your gloves, you cannot use those gloves to touch anything else outside of the kennel. So that means you're gonna either have to use someone else with clean hands to help you, or you're going to have to take off your gloves and use your clean hands to touch everything else. So, example, washed laundry is clean, food cans, water pitcher, rescue bottles, a roll of paper towels, all of that should be considered clean and only touched with clean, ungloved hands. Other things to consider would be, don't ever touch a clean supply with a contaminated glove. So if you're in a kennel and even if you just touch a food bowl, that glove is not contaminated and you cannot go touch anything else in the nursery unless it's in the kennel. So you'll have to take off that glove or use somebody else for help. Other things would be conscientious about clothing and also your hair, especially masks now that we're wearing masks. If you have gloves and you've touched a kitten or anything in a kennel and you go to readjust your mask, you go to pull your hair back, you straighten your shirt, you've now contaminated your hair, your mask, your shirt, and you shouldn't move any of that to another kennel, so you'll need to disinfect yourself. If you kiss a kitten, that means your face is now contaminated, so don't kiss any kittens. And if you accidentally touch something with a contaminated glove, you do have to disinfect it. So that would be with rescue. So if you touch the water bowl, the clean water bowl with a dirty glove, but you're gonna go put it somewhere else and you're gonna have to disinfect that. If you touch the cart, the top shelf of the cart is always clean, you'll now have to disinfect that. The list goes on. So, the laundry, oh, one other thing. So everything in the kennel is contaminated, but also you need to take into consideration that the dirty laundry is contaminated. So when you're throwing a load of laundry into the washer, always use gloves because that laundry has poop on it, has pee on it, it has saliva on it, it has a bunch of stuff from the kitten. So you do have to use gloves when putting dirty laundry into the washer. And then be careful because you're gonna have to take off your gloves when you actually start the washer. So you'll have to take it off and use clean hands to press all the buttons to start the washer.